no big deal. But once you get in your child's pose, big toes together, knees wide, forehead down. Stretch your arms out in front of you. And start to find your breath here, breathing in and out through your nose. Finding your Ujjayi breath, slightly constricting the back of the throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. And make your inhales, exhales even longer. So that breath sets the pace of the class. So sometimes that might mean you be a little bit slower or faster than my cues. That's okay. Go at your own pace. If you need to take breaks, you can always come back to your child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right side of the mat and put your left hand on top of the right. So you create a little stretch to the left side of your body. So walk your hands now to the left side and put the right hand on top of the left. Then bring it to center, come up to your hands and knees. So you're in a tabletop position, hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, arch your back and gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin in, round the back for cat. Really push the floor away. Inhale as you arch, warming up the spine. Exhale as you round. Good, one more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Then kind of flat back. Take your left leg, step it out to the side, and then come up. So you're on your right knee and your left foot. This is called gate pose. Your left hand goes on the left leg, and then you reach your right arm over your ear. So you're creating that side body stretch to the right side of your body. Lift the torso up, switch your legs. Put the left knee down, step your right leg to the side, put your right hand on your right leg, and then reach your left arm over your ear, creating that side body stretch on this side. Good, now back to your tabletop, to your hands and knees. From your tabletop position, peel the right arm up, open the chest, and thread the needle. Thread the right arm all the way through, put your head down, then walk your left hand straight forward. From there, if you want to go a little deeper, you might start to crawl your left hand to the right. Come back up to tabletop, reset, and switch sides. Peel the left arm up, thread it through, put your head down, and then walk the right hand forward. Maybe crawl it a little bit to the left. Walk it back in, tabletop position, on your hands and knees. Now, opposite arm and leg. So your right arm extends forward and your left leg goes back. Using your core to balance. As you exhale, bring your knee and elbow into touch or as close as you can get them. Inhale to extend and reach. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Then inhale, extend. Just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. And then we're going to switch sides, left arm and right leg. So other side. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And one more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Then when you inhale, extend it out and just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place it down. Now we'll come into our first down dog. So plant your hands shoulder width, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Your feet should be hips width distance, about 6 to 8 inches apart. And walk it out. Bend one leg at a time. Stretch your calves, your hamstrings. Maybe bend one elbow at a time, kind of move around. And just notice how your body feels in that first down dog. When you're ready, try to shrug your shoulders away from the ears. Push your chest back towards the thighs and put as much weight into the heels as you can. It's okay if the heels don't reach the floor yet. Inhale, come forward just to a high plank position on your hands and toes. This is how you know if your hands and feet are in the right spot for down dog, okay? Because depending on how tall you are, from your high plank to your down dog, you shouldn't have to move your hands and feet. So keep your hands and feet here, but lift your hips up and push the weight into the heels as you go back to down dog. Inhale, glide forward, high plank. Exhale, pike your hips up, down dog. One more time. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Good. Now from here, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Take a few steps. Keep your feet hips width. Bend your knees. Ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. Let yourself hang. Maybe shake your head. Yes and no. Relaxing your neck. Maybe you sway a bit side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. Or you can also sway forward and back from the balls of the feet to the heels. Good, now release your arms, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Good, walk your feet together, bring your hands to prayer. We're gonna start with our sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a flat back. Fingertips can be on the shins or the floor. As you exhale, plant your hands, step to plank. And the first one we're going to modify together. Place your knees down. Hug your elbows in. Slowly come to the floor. So that's your modified chaturanga. Now untuck your toes and just press down to the tops of the feet. Cobra pose. Lift the chest. Just a small back bend. And then lower down. Push back up to your knees to your modified plank. Tuck your toes under, go back to down dog from there. Now, as you start to move a little bit, you can stay with that version if you want, the one on the knees, or you can skip any of the chaturangas if you need to and just go to down dog, or you can do it on the toes, which I'll show you next. So look forward, step both feet to the front, feet together. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Again, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step to plank. Now you choose. Maybe you want to stay on the toes or put the knees down. You can go halfway down, chaturanga, and hug those elbows in. Then flip over the feet. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Remember, if you're an up dog, you really have to engage the legs. Only the tops of the feet and the hands are touching the floor. Exhale, down dog. Look at your hands. Step both feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Chaturanga from the toes or the knees, halfway down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. You choose your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step both feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to do sun salutation B just one time. So we add in that chair pose and warrior one. So reach the arms up first, then bend your legs. Utkatasana, chair pose, knees, feet are all the way together. Exhale, fold forward as you straighten the legs. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, step it between your hands for warrior one. Pivot the left heel flat on the floor, turn your foot in 45 degrees, and as you lift your arms up, make sure your hips are square to the front. So the hip bones, they're like headlights on a car, pointing straight forward. That back heel is flat on the ground. Your back leg should be straight, but your right leg, your front leg is the one that's bent. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Other side, lift the left leg up, step in between your hands for warrior one. Pivot your right heel flat on the ground, turn it in 45 degrees or so, and then as you lift your arms up, make sure those hips are square to the front for warrior one. Arms are straight up to the ceiling. We're lunging into that left leg. That front leg is one that's bent. Nice. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Step back to your chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Now, sun B, it ends the same way it started with that chair pose. So we look forward, step your feet to the front and bring them together. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Chair pose, lift the arms. From there, press all the way up to stand and bring your hands to heart center. Very good. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And just take a couple deep breaths. Hold your down dog, check in here. Lift your right leg up, step in between your hands, but this time we're gonna put the left knee on the floor for a low lunge. So your left knee is down, you can untuck the toes. Make sure your right knee is directly over your ankle, and then start with the hands on the thigh. And try to sink into that left hip. So you should feel that stretch in the front of that left hip flexor. You can keep the hands on the thigh or lift your arms up and slightly gaze up, adding a little bit of a back bend. Now bring your hands to prayer right at the center of your chest. Try to twist your left elbow outside the right thigh and then press into your hands to help you twist a little bit deeper. Good, hold that. I'm just gonna let a couple more people into the class. So you bring both hands down, straighten that right leg, flex the foot, and then you fold. And if your hands don't reach the floor, if you have blocks, you can put them on blocks. Now let's go back to down dog. So just step straight back. Put your hands down, go back, reset in your downward facing dog. And then we'll switch sides. Lifting the left leg up, step it forward to a low lunge. Put your right knee down. Make sure your left knee's over the ankle and start with the hands on the thigh. So first we're just sinking into that front of that right hip so you feel a little stretch there. If you want to add the arms, lift your arms up, gaze up, adding a slight back bend, but not backing out of the lunge. Now lower your hands to heart center in prayer position. Twist your right elbow outside the left thigh. Try to hook it there and then actively push into your palms to bring your hands right to the center of the chest. From here, lower your hands down to the floor or to the blocks. Half split, straightening your left leg, flex your left foot, and then fold, bringing your nose towards that left leg, stretching the hamstring and the calf. And now put your foot down so you can rebend the leg, plant your hands, go straight back to downward facing dog. Look at your hands, step both feet up to meet your hands, feet together. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Knees and feet together, lift the arms up. Make sure you can see all 10 toes if you look down. Then shift the weight into the heels, sit a little lower. Good, now keep your legs exactly as they are in chair, but we're gonna do an open twist. The left arm is gonna go forward, your right arm peels back. So you're twisting from your waist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Legs are still in chair. Good, lift both arms up to center, then twist the other way. Right arm forward, left arm back. Good, both arms back up to chair, one more breath, then fold forward. Now this time, separate your feet, hips width. Make a peace sign. Those two fingers, you're gonna try to grab your big toes with your fingers. So you hook onto your big toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. If you can't reach the toes, bend your knees so that you can get a hold of those toes. Elbows to the side, just relax your neck here, stretch to the backs of the legs. Now release the toes. We're gonna take our feet a little bit wider, all the way to the edges of the mat. Turn your feet out 45 degrees and then drop your hips down. This is called Malasana or prayer squat. Hands come to heart center in that prayer position, and then you use your elbows to physically try to push those inner thighs apart. Then press your chest forward to meet your hands. So you're really lengthening the spine and taking that roundness out of your back if you can. Good. Now you can stay here. We're going to add some arms by sliding your right shoulder inside that right knee, peeling the arms open. Right hand on the floor, left arm reaches up to the ceiling, and maybe you gaze up towards that left hand. Good. Bring it to center and then switch sides. So left shoulder inside the left knee, left hand down, and peel that right arm up. Good, bring it back to center. Bring your hands down, straighten the legs, toe heel your feet all the way back together. Inhale, lengthen to that flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Chaturanga from the toes or the knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up, step it between your hands. Crescent lunge, so different than warrior one. We want our back heel off of the ground. You're on the ball of the foot and then lift the arms up. The hips are still square to the front, but you should have a longer stance than you did for that warrior one, because in crescent lunge with that back heel off the ground, usually it's easier to have the legs further apart. Now, just like we did in that chair pose, we're gonna try to take that open twist. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back, twisting from your waist. The legs stay in crescent, but you twist from your waist. Good, now bring both arms right back up to center, regular crescent lunge. Warrior two, pivot your back heel flat on the mat and open your arms like a T. So your back foot should be parallel to the back edge of the mat. Your right knee, your right toes, they're pointing straight forward. You want a pretty big bend in that right leg. Your chest, your hips, they're facing the side wall, but your gaze is over your right hand. Look at your right hand, flip your palm up. Put your left hand on your left thigh. Reverse warrior. Reach your right arm back so you feel a side body stretch in that right side. And then we're going to come forward into side angle by placing the right elbow on the right side and the left arm straight up to the ceiling. You can stay here. If you feel like you're ready to go a little deeper, put your right hand on the floor or maybe on a block right next to that foot, right on the inside of that right foot. Your left arm can still reach straight up to the ceiling. But if it feels okay on the shoulder, you might try reaching your left arm forward, palm facing down, bicep by your ear, extended side angle. Really trying to create a long line from the left hand to the left foot. And generally, we try to gaze up under that armpit towards the ceiling to help rotate that chest open a little bit more. Good, lift all the way back up, warrior two. Straighten out your right leg. Bring your left foot in just 1 or 2 inches closer to you. So we're gonna set up for triangle. The feet are a little bit closer together than they were for warrior two. Legs are straight. And pretend like someone kicked you here. Try to shift your hips back. Reach really far forward and then put your right hand on your shin, ankle, or foot. Triangle pose. Left arm straight up to the ceiling. So ideally you have a straight line from the top hand to the bottom hand. If you were leaning up against a wall, you would be flat up against the wall. We're trying to make both sides of our body nice and flat and create length in both sides of the waist. Both legs should be straight in triangle. So if it's not straight, you need to come up higher, put your hand on the shin instead of on the foot so that your leg is straight. Good, lift your torso up. Let's go back to warrior two. So we have to take that left foot, walk it back out 2 inches and rebend your right leg. You're back to your warrior two position. Flip your right palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the front. Step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and then exhale, we meet in down dog. Take a couple deep breaths, settle into your down dog. We lift the left leg up, step it between your hands, setting up for crescent lunge. You start on the ball of your right foot. Make sure you don't feel like you're on a tightrope. You want your feet lined up with your hips, and then you lift your arms up. High crescent lunge, hips square to the front, back leg is really straight and engaged. Now you hold your legs here, but you twist from your waist, right arm forward, left arm back. Open twist, arms out wide. Good, lift both arms up to center, crescent lunge. Now open to warrior two, pivoting your back heel flat, open your arms out like a T. So again, the hips and the torso, they're facing the side wall, but your gaze is out over that left hand, and you have a big bend in that left leg. Keep your eyes on that left hand. Flip the palm up. Inhale as you reverse your warrior. Right hand on the right side and reach that left arm back. Then as you come forward, set the left elbow on the left thigh and the right arm straight up to the ceiling. Side angle. This is option one. If this feels good, you stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, left hand on the floor or on the block, right on the inside of that foot. And you could still keep your right arm straight up to the ceiling. Or you could try to reach your right arm towards the front of the room, bicep by the ear, palm facing down, extended side angle. Lift back up, warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Walk your right foot in 1 or 2 inches. Setting up for triangle. Shift your hips back. And then reach forward until you feel like you can't possibly reach anymore, and just set your hand down wherever it lands. Shin, ankle, or foot. Reach the right arm straight up to the ceiling. Imagine like a painting between 2 panes of glass. So you're not leaning forward, you're not rounding backwards, you're trying to be right flat in the middle. Now use your core and stand all the way up. Coming back to warrior two, walk your right foot out 2 inches, rebend that left leg so you're back to your regular warrior two. Look at that left hand and flip the palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the front. Step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up. This time, step it to the outside of the right hand, right at the edge of the mat for lizard pose. Drop your left knee on the floor. So untuck the left toes. Now your right foot, the edge of the foot should be right at the edge of the mat. Your knee is over your ankle, all 5 toes pointing forward, and your hands are on the inside of that foot. If you can, you try to bring your elbows to the floor. If they don't reach, you can put your elbows on blocks, or you can stay up on the hands, or sometimes you can get just 1 elbow down. Just get as low as you can, stretching into your hips here for lizard. Now stay where you are, but press back up to your hands if you're on the elbows. Come back up to your hands. Now take a look at your front toes. So for right now, your right toes were pointing forward. I want you to turn them to the side, 45 degrees. So just a little bit off to the side. So your knee is still over the ankle and pointing the same direction as the toes. Plant your left hand down, twist your right arm back. So just like we were doing with those other twists, just kind of a different variation. Now you can stay here. This is a good twist, a good hip opener. Some of you might be able to reach your left leg. So bend the left foot, grab it with the right hand, and then pull it towards you for a quad stretch. It's a pretty deep stretch though. If it causes like your hamstring to cramp up or anything like that, please don't do it, right? Just keep the foot down and twist, and you don't have to grab the foot. This is just one option. Good, let go. If you're holding the foot, let's all go back to down dog. So plant your hands, just step straight back and reset in your down dog. Lift your left leg up, Step it outside the left hand, right at the edge of the mat, and put your right knee down. So first we'll set up for the regular lizard pose. So again, my foot is at the edge of the mat, knee is stacked over the ankle, all 5 toes point forward, both hands are right on the inside of that foot. And then if you feel like you can get down there, you bring your elbows down, 1 or 2 elbows or blocks, or you step on the hands, stretching into that left hip here. Press up to your hands. Take your left foot, turn it out 45 degrees. You guys can probably see better on this side with the camera, but I turn my foot out 45 degrees, knee over ankle pointing the same direction. Now, put your right hand on the floor and twist your left arm back, like you're reaching for that back wall. And you can stay there, or maybe bend your right leg, grab that foot, and pull it towards you to stretch the quad of your back leg, pulling the heel in as close to as you can. Nice, let go of whatever you're holding on to, step back to down dog and reset. All right, child's pose, drop your knees down, take a few breaths, maybe get some water, reset your child's pose. Now we're gonna set up for dolphin pose. It's just like down dog, but on your forearms. So it's a lot more work on the shoulders, but it's a good prep pose for the arm balances and inversions and things like that. So you come down to your elbows and grab onto the outside of the triceps. That's just to measure it out. You're not gonna keep your hands there. You're gonna keep your elbows there and then extend your forearms. So your forearms kind of look like a number 11. Your palms are flat. Then you just tuck your toes and lift your hips. Again, it's just like down dog, but both elbows are on the floor. So I let my head hang. You might not be able to tell, but my head is off of the floor. I'm really pushing the floor away with my arms. So I'm trying to build that strength in the shoulders. Walk your feet together right in the middle. If this feels good and you want to add on, lift your right leg up and hold for 5. If not, just keep both feet down. 4, you're still on your elbows or your forearms. 3, 2, 1. Then you just switch legs, put the right foot down, lift the left leg up. If you had a leg up, keep holding your dolphin. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your knees down for child's pose. This time, have your knees be together. Take your arms alongside you and let your shoulders really relax. Let them round forward here and reset. Come up to a tabletop position to your hands and knees. Puppy pose, you'll keep your hips up in the air. Your hips will basically be right over your knees, and then you start to just walk your hands forward. Keep inching them forward and get your chest as close to the floor as you can. So some of you will try to put your forehead down, but some of you might be able to get your chin down and then keep seeing if you can get your chest closer to the floor. So you should feel a deep stretch in the shoulders and the lats and the back here. It's a big arch in your back, but sometimes it feels pretty nice after dolphin. Good, walk your hands in and make your way back to down dog. Reset in your downward facing dog. Step both feet up to meet your hands, and this time just roll all the way up to stand. Turn to face one edge of your mat, one of the longer edges of your mat. Separate your feet, but your feet should be parallel and just a couple feet apart. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If they don't reach, you can use a strap or a towel. Sometimes if you just bend the elbows more, it might be easier to interlace the fingers. Open your chest, keep your fingers interlaced, and fold forward. So straddle forward fold or wide-legged forward fold, but with the hands interlaced behind your back. Opening up the chest, the shoulders, as well as the backs of the legs. Then release the fingers. Now just see if you can kind of crawl your hands through the legs, pulling yourself through, stretching a little bit deeper into the hamstrings. Keep your feet where they are. Walk both hands over to your left leg and grab onto your left ankle or calf and try to pull your nose closer to the left leg without changing the position of your feet or your legs. Good, walk it to the other side. Walk your hands over to the right leg and pull your nose closer to the right leg. Now bring it right back to center and find a flat back like a table. Put your hands right underneath your nose. If you have blocks, you can use blocks. Your right hand is going to plant down directly under your nose and then twist your left arm up to the ceiling. So finding that same open twist that we've done in some other poses today. And then switch hands. Put your left hand on the floor or block, twist and peel your right arm up. Good, both hands down. Bend your knees a little bit, hands to hips. Take your time, slowly stand up. Now just step to the front of the mat. I'm going to step further back though so you can actually see me. So left hand is going to go on your hip. Bend your right knee and hug it with your right hand. So we're going to work a little bit on our balance here. Once you feel like you have your balance, extend your left arm straight up to the ceiling. Focus your eyes on something that's not moving. Good. Now take your left arm straight out to the side like a T. Open your right knee out to that side wall. If your balance feels really good, turn your head and look towards that left hand. That makes the balance harder. Good. Bring it to center, same leg, but we're going to switch hands. So we still have that right knee up. We're going to take that left hand, put it on the outside and grab onto your thigh or your knee. Twist your right arm towards the back. You can start with your gaze still forward, and then if your balance feels good, look to the side or look all the way back towards that back hand. Again, moving the gaze makes the balance harder, but you're trying to balance here and twist at the same time. Bring it to center and release, shake it out. So now we'll do those 3 variations on the other side. Start with your right hand on the hip and use your left hand to hug that left knee up and flex your left foot. Get your balance here first, and then when your balance feels good, extend your right arm just straight up to the ceiling. Good, now open the right arm out to the side like a T and open your left leg out to the left. You can keep your eyes forward or you can test your balance by turning your head and looking towards that right hand. Good, bring that left knee to center, switching hands. Your right hand is going to grab on the outside of that left knee or thigh, twist your left arm towards the back. And then either look forward, side, or turn your head and look all the way towards that back hand, that left hand. Stand up nice and tall. Good, bring it to center, release, shake it out. Meet at the top of the mat, bring your feet together, your hands to prayer position, standing up tall, take a couple deep breaths to reset. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Take one more chaturanga. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Last chaturanga of the class, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Now just check in with this last down dog. Notice how your body feels compared to the beginning of your practice. Then we'll step to the front and have a seat. Good. Extend your left leg out straight and take your right foot, step it across the thigh, flat on the floor. So now we're going to do a seated twist. So it'll be a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about the balance anymore. Your left arm can either hug the knee or you can take your left elbow and hook it to the outside of the thigh. Right fingertips on the floor behind you to help you sit up nice and tall. So you're lengthening the spine as you twist, looking back over that back shoulder if you can. Now untwist, keep your left leg where it is. Move your right foot next to the left thigh. If that bothers your knee, move your foot closer down to your calf. Janu Shavasana, head to knee pose. That's what this one's called. So flex the left foot, lift your arms up and fold. If you have a strap, you can put your strap around that foot, right? If you can't reach it, you can always take that strap and put it around the foot. If you don't have a strap, you can just grab your leg or your foot or anywhere you can reach there and try to bring your nose as close to your leg as you can. Slowly come up and we'll switch sides. Extend your right leg straight. We'll start with the seated twist first. Step your left foot across, flat on the floor. Your right arm can hug the knee or hook your right elbow to the outside of that thigh. Left fingertips on the floor behind you and maybe start to look back, lengthening the spine as you twist. Now untwist, setting up for Janu Shavasana, head to knee pose. Move your left foot next to the thigh or the calf. If you want the strap, put the strap around the foot as you fold, or just grab your leg or your foot and fold, bringing your nose closer to your right leg this time. Now, as you come up, let's bring both feet together for butterfly. So soles of the feet come together all the way, or as close as you can get them towards you. Hold on to your ankles, use your elbows, try to press your inner thighs down, and then fold forward. It's okay if your back rounds in this pose, but really use those elbows to press the inner thighs open. You can stay here or start to just crawl your hands forward, trying to reach your nose past your feet, not just towards your feet, but think of past your feet. Slowly come up, bring your knees together, roll down onto your back. If you have that strap, I would take it with you. And when you lay down on your back, lift that right leg up, put the strap around that right foot, and then pull it towards you, flexing that foot. Now, if you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can just put both hands on your hamstring, calf, or ankle, and still pull that leg towards you. Flexing the foot. You can just let the left leg relax on the floor. And this pose is very similar to the standing balance pose we did, except that we're doing it with a straight leg and laying down, but we've got the same 3 variations. So with your right hand, hold on to the strap. If you don't have the strap, your right hand is either going to grab onto your outside of your right ankle, leg, foot, whatever you can reach. Take your left hand and put it on your left hip. Open your right leg to the right side. So it kind of dangles open to the right side towards the wall over there. Now bring it to center, same leg, but we're going to switch hands. Left hand grabs your strap. If you don't have the strap, left hand goes on the outside of the thigh or the leg or the foot. Right arm goes out like a T. Keep flexing that right foot and keep the leg straight and just slowly move it across your body. So you might start to twist it part way. You might feel a deep stretch, that IT band, outer thigh area. You can hold it there. If it feels okay to bring it to the floor, then bring it all the way to the floor. So it's like a spinal twist, but with a straight leg. If it feels okay on the neck, you might turn your head, look towards that right hand. Okay, let's bring it to center, and then we'll switch sides. So now you can release that leg. If you have the strap, you're gonna put it around the left foot and pull it towards you with both hands. If not, then both hands will grab your hamstring, calf, or ankle and still pull that leg towards you with a straight leg to get that hamstring stretch. Flexing that left foot, and now your right leg going on the floor could just relax. Now with your left hand, hold on to the strap or the leg, right hand on your right hip, open your left leg towards the left side, and let just kind of dangle open towards the floor. And now bring it through center and switch hands. So the strap goes in the right hand or the leg, left arm goes out like a T. Flex your left foot and slowly twist it across and just take it as far as you can towards the floor. Maybe turning your gaze over towards that left hand, coming into that straight leg spinal twist. Now, as you bring it to center, release that, set the strap to the side. We're going to do one more pose today before we get into our Shavasana. This last variation of spinal twist, we're going to hug the right knee in and straighten the left leg out. Just give that right knee a little squeeze towards the right shoulder. Then open your right arm out like a T. Keep that right knee bent. Use your left hand to twist that knee across your body towards the floor. So a spinal twist with one leg. If it feels okay on your head, you can turn your neck, turn your head, look towards that right hand. Maybe even close the eyes here, start to relax. Bring it back to center, hug both knees into your chest. Neutralize the spine in between sides. Then we switch legs, keeping that left knee in, straightening the right leg out. Squeeze the left knee to the left shoulder. Open your left arm like a T. Use your right hand to twist that knee across your body as close to the floor as you can. Maybe turning your gaze towards that left hand or closing the eyes. Coming into our last pose. Bring it back to center. Give both knees a squeeze. One more time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Pull your forehead up to your knees. Give yourself a big hug. And then let it go. Coming into Shavasana, our final relaxation. Extending the legs out, maybe about as wide as your mat. Letting the feet just kind of fall open. Arms relax alongside you with the palms facing up. Take your shoulders, try to shrug them away from your ears so your neck is long. And as you close your eyes, clear away your thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go and just letting your muscles relax even deeper into the floor. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some small movements back to your body. Maybe you draw a few circles with the wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently moving the head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. And then when you feel ready, reach those arms overhead. Reach the legs long. Create that nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. And hug your knees into your chest. Roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. Keeping the eyes closed, use the hands to help press you up into a comfortable seated position, crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, and just take a couple last deep breaths, scanning the body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. And lifting your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste.